the channel. I'm J and we're locked in. This is the series premiere of All American Homecoming, starring our girl Simone. She's leaving LA. She's going to a HBCU in ATL by the name of Bringston College. Now we know her auntie teaches there. She decided to go out here and start fresh. She wants to pursue her career in tennis, and we're wondering what is going to go on for Simone down there. You know, this is the All American series, so it's going to be a drama-filled show. We can't skip over that. But before we jump into this and break it down, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you want to be a part of it, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button, it's the easiest thing you can do. Now moving forward, we know that there was a little cheating scandal down there. Got one of the coaches up and out of there because, you know, the baseball players, the stars, they weren't doing their thing. And then we have a baseball player by the name of Sims who's the star, and him and Simone look like they're going to get a little close this season. So let's jump into it. This is episode 1 of All American Homecoming. We start the episode off with Simone in Atlanta, and she's narrating this. We see that she's toting 2, 4, 6, 7 bags with the one behind her, and it's just like a 90s 2000 movie. You're probably wondering how I got here. Now she takes us back to 12 hours before she actually got down to Atlanta. Back in LA, we're not going to gloss over this. Look how big this baby is. You can't tell me that this baby is a couple of months old, because Simone had this child during this school year, but that's neither here or there. Simone wants to know will the baby forget her while she's gone. They're saying Chris's break is just around the corner, and plus you're the biological mom. The child is never going to forget you. Now she's talking, Jordan is here, and you see that Simone's parents aren't present. You remember her mom wanted her to go to Stanford. Now her dad, he was cool, whatever his daughter wanted to do, but neither one of them are here to see her off, and she's about to make the biggest move in her life, coming into an adult, flying halfway across the country alone. Of course Jordan is worried. This is the woman he married, even though she lied to him about the child, even though she put him through hell and back. He still loves her and he wants to see her because they were married, even though that marriage got dissolved. Now, the adopted mom is saying, you don't have to worry about her. She'll be all right. Jordan's like, I'm not worried about her. Well, that's who you need to be worried about. Her. Don't worry about anyone else. Just worry about her. Our star player, Damon, he's here. He's with his adopted mother, and she's talking about how he's going to change the game. He's going to bring that light onto HBCUs and baseball, and what he's going to do is elevate them, put them in that national spotlight. Now, all he wants to do is play baseball. He wants to be the best at that. His mom, she's taking it to a whole nother level, and you can see that he's kind of distant from that. We seen that when they came down and visit. He was like, man, it's just too much stress and too much pressure being put on me by my mom, when all I want to do is be the best at playing baseball. The gentleman here is JR. He also plays baseball. He's in a fraternity also. So he's pretty much like the guy that's bringing Damon in up under his wings. And Damon is saying, look, we need to go hit the damn field and we need to get to practice, because he has a vision in his head of what he wants to do for this school. I like the dedication of Damon. They go and they start practicing before practice even starts. And he's telling JR, the reason I'm going so hard is y'all just had a cheating scandal here. The coach was setting up fake classes for all of the star players to get the grades. He's saying we need to work hard because we got an uphill battle. Simone, she gets to the dorms and she's meeting her old friends that she met during homecoming. We got Keisha on the right. We got our man Nate on the left. He got the diamond choker on. Keisha got the belly showing. I'm like, okay, I see what we got going on here. We doing it up. This is college, people. This ain't that little stuff we were doing in LA. This is the A. We in college. Now, Keisha, she's pretty much running the dorm. She's over everything, so she has to go off and check on somebody. Now, Nate is asking, where's everybody at? Well, Jordan, he had school. My parents, they were busy. Nate's talking about, well, the hell with all that. Let's go. Let's get those bags. I'll get the big one. I'm like, hell yeah, you're getting the big one. I see those muscles in that muscle shirt, Nate. Yeah, you get that big bag. I'll take the little bags. Simone looking like, damn, man, I'm tired as hell. She was pushing those bags up that hill. Simone gets in here and I'm talking about straight concrete dorms. But people, you got to understand, your freshman year, you're going to be in the worst dorms that they have unless they renovate it. 9 times out of 10, they don't renovate the freshman dorms first. But these are the dorms you get. Simone is saying, this is my first dorm and I'm going to enjoy this. Being homesick is expected. She's texting Jordan back. He's talking about, I miss you, babe. I'll text you later. About to board my flight. Have a safe flight. Text me when you land. Landed safely. Love you. Smooches. Now she's about to text him, homesick already. Missing you and baby Shay. But then she takes it back because she doesn't want to seem too clingy. She wants to be able to make this transition on her own. Because like I said, this is the biggest step that you're going to take. Going from being a child to an adult is going off to college and flying halfway across the country by yourself. I was just praising Damon on how much he works, and I appreciate the work ethic of a young black brother like that. When he gets into this room, he's talking to JR and he instantly turns into Spencer. Man, they're not accepting me down here. Well, first off, you're a freshman. Second of all, you have a lot of hype on you, and you said you turned down the league to come play at Bringston College. So of course they're going to look at you a little bit differently until they open up with you. You're new here. That's how it is everywhere. Whenever you're a new person on a job, they're going to kind of isolate you out until they feel welcome from you. You know what I'm saying? You got to earn their trust and respect. You're coming into what they already had. Simone's doing something that I probably would have done too. If I went to school and I was there on a scholarship, I'd have put my stuff in a room. I'm not about to unpack all this on the first day. She gets her racket. She goes down to the tennis court and she's getting some hits in. Now this is Thea. She is the captain of the tennis team, and she's telling Simone that, okay, I see you putting in that work. You're doing a little bit more than the other 4 hopefuls. And Simone is saying 4. Yeah, they don't just give out 1 scholarship every year. They give out multiple, and then you got the walk-ons. So yeah, you got partial scholarships. You're not just going to be the only one coming to the school for a sport. Basically, she tells Simone, okay, what you're doing out here, that's nice. Make sure you clean it all up. But be ready tomorrow. We got practice. Now, the NCAA regulations tell you that coaches, they can't really be there. So that's why you don't see them practicing year round. There's only a certain amount of time that coaches can be out there. So Thea said, we'll have practice tomorrow and I'll be running it. So be ready because we going hard. And Simone is like, why are you running it? Because I'm the captain. Now, this is Coach Turner, and he's trying to hype up the team. If you remember, he actually took over being the head coach when the old head coach had to step down because Mr. Shaw was doing a little bit of cheating for the players. So we had to get rid of him, and now he's trying to motivate the team. And they're looking at him like, Coach, what are you doing? Coach Turner, he wants to make a whole 180 from the way that Bringston College used to go. And he's out here, he wants to evaluate everybody. There's no stars on the team. You know that some people have more talent than others, but we're scratching all that. Everyone's about to get out here and we're all going to work 100%. I want to be able to evaluate the talent that we have and then be able to put people in the position that would be suitable for them to help us win. Now, I just told you guys, Damon is one of the hardest workers that I've seen. He might work a little bit harder than Spencer, but he's out here, he's throwing fastballs and can't nobody hit it. But Coach Turner is saying, slow it down. Let them at least be able to hit the ball. We know you can pitch. We know you got that 98-mile-per-hour fastball. But let some of the players hit so we can see what their strengths and weaknesses are. Damon is upset. Coach, we need to be doing this, man. I'm pushing them to the limit. But come on, this is one of the first practice. You got to slow that thing down. I know if I'm out there, I told you I quit baseball because when we went to self-pitch, them things was coming too fast. Pause. And I got hit by a baseball before, and I said, yeah, this ain't for me. But Damon, slow it down and let him hit. What does coach say? Get off my field. You don't argue back with the coach. Come on now, you're a freshman. If the coach tells you to do something, it's just yes, sir, and you get it done. You may be mad about it, but you got to get it done. But now look at you. You got to go sit on the sideline and watch. Well, the dugout, because we in baseball. This is President Allen, and he comes and talks to Dr. Patterson, who is Simone's auntie, and he's letting her know we got to cut back on some of your classes because, you know, all of the donors, the alumni, when that little cheating scandal went down, they weren't too happy about it. You have to remember, with these universities, the only way they can stay afloat and stay running is all of the donations and all the money that they raise. And usually it's from the alumni and, you know, sponsors. But with this cheating scandal, some of the top players, they stepped away from the game. So their parents aren't sending any money. And that's what he's telling Dr. Patterson. Hey, man, we got to cut some stuff back. And plus, you're the one that exposed the whole cheating scandal. Now, Dr. Patterson, she's speaking her case and saying, don't shoot the messenger. If something is done wrong, we need to expose that. And she did the right thing. But all I heard was, we're cutting my classes. We didn't cut my salary. You exposed it. Now just take your 4 classes a week instead of your 7 or 8 classes. But you have to understand, every action, there's a reaction. There's consequences to the things you do. And you got to understand, these major corporations, these schools, they all about the money. It's a bad way to live, but that's what it is. If there's no money coming in, there's no school. Auntie P shows up to come talk to Simone, and she's saying, sorry, I had a meeting. Well, we just seen she was talking to President Allen, so that's probably the most important thing on your schedule. Now, she has a little gift basket for Simone. Like, yeah, I want you to be able to disinfect your room. And she also gave her some condoms. And Simone is like, really, condoms? Yeah, because we know you had unprotected sex in high school and you actually had a baby. So having condoms on standby would be the best thing, readily available. And Auntie P talking about, so Jordan's never gonna come and visit? They've been smashing raw. But yeah, wear condoms, people, especially in college and in life. Now, Simone, we seen that she's homesick. So, of course, having her aunt there, that's someone she can talk to and open up about everything that's going on. And she's saying, did I make the wrong decision being away from LA, my son, Jordan? And Auntie P is saying, look, once you get the, you know what I'm saying, you just got here. Once you get like a couple of days up under you, you start walking, you'll be able to run and you'll be able to flourish. Now, we heard Dr. Allen telling Auntie P, look, we got to cut the classes a little bit. So the next thing is, let me go and talk to Coach. Now he's telling Coach, why isn't our best player out there? We need to generate some money. And then he tells him on top of that, you got to the end of the semester to make us a championship team or there won't be any spring. Coach is looking like, to the end of the semester, all we're doing is practicing right now and scrimmaging. Baseball isn't till the spring. So, man, this is going to be a tough one. To turn a whole team around and you lost all your stars within a semester. And you know, the first semester is when all the breaks are. You got the Halloween break, you got Thanksgiving break, you got Christmas break. There's a lot of breaks at the beginning of the school year. Auntie P comes and talks to Coach Turner about the whole cheating scandal. And she's saying, I'm sorry about, you know, the baseball losing this funding, but I had to expose it. We got Shaw out of here, and at least you got to become a head coach. Now, Damon actually walks in, so I understand where she's coming from. You know, I'm sorry that it's going to be taken away from the baseball program, but I mean, if you can turn the team around, that'd be good. You can keep your job, and we got rid of Shaw. Damon comes in to talk to the coach. And Coach is saying, hey, you ever walk off on my field again, you'll be up out of here. And Damon, he's basically apologizing for it. He's saying, sorry, it won't happen again. But he also brings up, Turner was actually the one that said something about the whole cheating scandal. And this is how the whole thing got blown up. That's why Auntie P was in here. And Damon actually heard all of it when he was out there. But that's neither here or there. We got to turn this team around. And we got the understanding that Coach Turner is in charge. So, Damon, you just got to do what he says. When I tell you Damon turned into Spencer, he's sitting down. JR's playing the game. He ain't worried about nothing. We big chilling. Damon is saying, man, I think I started to pick the wrong coach, man. I don't know if I should come here or not, man. You know, we might lose the team. We might lose funding. And JR is saying, bruh, just because you're the big hot shot on campus, I'm here on a baseball scholarship. We all are here for something. If we lose this baseball scholarship, then there's no way that I can afford to go to school. Now, you got the opportunity to go to league. So, Damon, you can't just focus primarily on you. Everyone else here, the ones that don't have the MLB looking at them, they're going through the same thing as you. But they're not here complaining about it and looking at everyone else saying we don't have enough talent. We're going to try our best with what we got. Damon, you got to work with us, brother. Work with us. I respect your work ethics. But come on, man. Work with us, brother. Now, Simone, she's getting ready because you heard Keisha and Nate say, girl, you going out tonight. It's your first night in college. We about to party. Y'all know what time it is. So she went and took a shower in that community shower. Hope she got some shower shoes on. But she's locked out of her dorm room. Now she sneaks into the common room and she picks up a towel or blankets or something off of the couch. And I'm thinking, that's just disgusting. You just took a shower and you're about to put a community towel or cover around you. Simone, you already starting off on a bad foot. And of course, she runs into Damon. Turns out they both live in the same dorms. He's like, whoa, Miss Simone Hicks. She's like, oh my God. Cause you know, she just got out the shower. Now we know we're both on campus. It's time to get it cracking. Simone is finally putting things up. She's getting a chance to actually settle down and talk to Jordan. Now back at home, he's living in the pool house. He got a party. JJ's throwing a party for him. You talking about, hey, you know those LA parties a little bit different than they are down in the A, and I've been to both. But he's saying your room doesn't look that bad. Everybody goes outside because it's time for us to get ready. And we see that our boy Junior, aka JR, aka the smoothest man on campus, is getting everybody hype and letting them know before we get this started, I am black excellence. Got everybody throwing up that fist. Now, you know, there's probably like one white person on campus. They looking around like, can I say this? Oh yeah, go ahead, bro. You go to Bringston with us. It's cool. There's a saying called, there's a time and place for everything. And Damon wants to talk to JR about baseball and all this extra stuff that's going on, talking about the pressure that's being placed on him. And JR, he's hearing it. And he's like, yeah, man, I understand. I'm on the same page as you, brother. I just wanted you to understand that. And Damon's like, what? It's not that big of an issue? No, conversation rules the nation. I always say, if you can have that talk, you can normally get through every situation that you're going through. And that's all it was. We don't have to argue going back and forth. You want to win in baseball? I want to win in baseball. Let's make it happen. But until then, let's get some drink. Now, we know Keisha, she's been looking for somebody on campus. Said, yeah, he's here. And it turns out it's Cam. You remember, this is Spencer James's arch nemesis. Cam was always against him. But here he is, and Keisha wants to talk to him. But first, Simone says, let me talk to you real quick, because you remember, he was cool with Simone's baby daddy. Now she's saying, you were cool with my baby daddy. And he's saying, man, I wasn't friends with that guy. We went to school, we played on a team together, but he didn't treat you right. And I know me and you didn't see eye to eye, but that doesn't have anything to do with me. She talking about, don't be putting my business out here. I don't want nobody to know I was pregnant and gave the kid up to adoption, then moved halfway across the country to go to school. I didn't say all that. I just said he didn't treat you right while you were pregnant. Now, after that, you put all that other business out there. But hopefully they can put their differences aside, because her friend Keisha is feeling them. Now, they don't have to be best of friends. They just have to, be able to coexist. Now, of course, we know Damon and Simone, they talked a little bit. He brings up, oh, how's your husband? He's back at home. She's saying, well, he's good. But, hey, don't be asking questions about my business. But for the record, he's my boyfriend now. Wink, wink. But they're sitting here talking. Now, these two, we know that they both have a lot of pressure on them. Simone, she plays tennis. Her family, they don't really support her in what she wanted to do, because they wanted her to stay in California and go to Stanford. She wanted to go to HBCU. Damon, he was adopted. His adopted mother, she's taking the baseball aspect and the fun away from it and making it more about her and what they could potentially do to push the status of their family up. So they are very relatable. Damon tells Simone, hey, have a good night. You and Keisha, y'all deserve to turn up. Have a good time. Now they go over here. They ain't got the red cups. They got the silver cups. And they like, let's turn up. Let's get this drink. Now, if you look at the face on Simone, she like, what is this? That's because she was spoiled out there in LA with all them rich kids. They had the real liquor out there. They had the 42. They had the Ciroc. Now you out here, you drinking this hooch or whatever they got. It ain't gonna be hitting like that. It ain't that smooth. She talking about, yeah, you with the black folk now. You ain't partying with them white boys. This ain't JJ with all the money. Now, Simone must have forgot that she had practice in the morning, because she got toe up. And you hear Thea saying, I hope you guys are rested, well hydrated, because we about to run. Now, I don't know how much conditioning that they do in tennis, but I know that tennis is a nonstop sport. There's no time out in between. Hey, you got to be ready at all time. And Simone, you don't look like you prepared for today. Now, for Damon, he didn't have no drinks. He went out, he partied, and he went home because he knew he had a scrimmage today. Now, guess who the team they're playing? Well, Coach Shaw, he's on the other team now. And Turner is saying, wait, do they know that you were fired? He said, no, I resigned from Bringston. And then I went over here. See, when you resign, they can't put nothing on you. Oh, it was a cheating scandal? I resigned before it all got onto me. So whatever happened at that school, I'm no longer a teacher there. I'm no longer a coach there. So now let's get this scrimmage on. Damon's doing the best that he can for his team. He's not messing up like Simone. We see Simone, she's missing hits. She's jogging behind everybody. Damon is doing everything he can. But baseball is a team sport. So you can be as great as you want. But if you aren't helping your teammates out and encouraging them, then you guys are going to fail. Now, tennis, on the other hand, it's you and your opponent. Thea's like, wait a minute. Simone, come here, girl. Let me talk to you. You got to go home. Coach said you ain't cutting it. Simone says, but the coach can't be here. The coach is up in the parking garage watching down there, and she's sending text messages to the captain. Hicks is hitting every ball on her back foot. Tell her to move her feet. I did, coach. She's not listening. Her footwork is still sloppy. I've seen enough. This is unacceptable. Tell her she's done practicing. You got told by your coach you done practicing via text message. You know you were doing bad. If the coach is texting the captain to tell her to tell you to get the hell off that tennis court, and she 100 feet away, 100 yards away, watching binoculars on, like, oh my God, if she can see you're that bad from there, you're doing bad. Now, you remember, Damon originally came to this school because of Coach Shaw, but now he's over there with the Buffaloes, and they just lost in this scrimmage. It's kind of like Drumline. You know, he came over to him, said, you want to come to a college? You want to be a winner? You want to be a champion? You don't want Coach Turner all in the background yelling at y'all and not using you to your full potential? Come on over to the Buffaloes. Transfer over. And you know that transfer protocol for NCAA has changed now. You can just transfer on over. Plus, the baseball season hasn't started. So next semester, you could be a Buffalo. And then he walks on off. Let's go, team. Now, Simone, she's in here talking to Nate. Nate got them all white. Okay, he got them uptowns on, them all whites. But she's in here saying, what if the universe is telling me I made the wrong decision? And Nate, he's thinking, you didn't make the wrong decision. The universe isn't telling you that. The wrong decision was you partying last night knowing you had practice, being irresponsible. It's not the universe, it's you that's messing up. Just when things can't get any worse, Keisha comes in, and come to find out, Simone, your room and board isn't paid for, just your tuition. You got to get up out the dorms. Now, this is only like day 2. This is horrible. Normally, they don't hit you with this till like after the first week. But it's day 2, and they said, Keisha, go get her up out them dorms. Not to mention, Keisha got that Kansas City Chiefs jacket on. I'm from Kansas City, so shout out to Kansas City, but I am not a Chiefs fan, and we seen what happened to them in the playoffs. Auntie P shows up to talk to Simone because she's hearing what's happening. Now, this is all because Simone's mom didn't want her to go to college down at the HBCU. She wanted her to go to Stanford, so she didn't pay for it. That's some foul stuff. I don't care how mad you are at your kid. You don't send them halfway across the country and then you don't pay for it. That's messed up. So Simone has to move out. But luckily, Auntie P is here, and you can come stay with me until we figure these things out. Now, one thing I noticed was they're in here and they talking business. They trying to figure out where Simone is going to live. Keisha, put your jacket on. Why you got that thing on off your shoulder like that? Come on, man. Our girl Simone's in dire need of support and stuff, and you trying to look good. Auntie P don't want to see that. Put that jacket on, girl. You do look good, though, but put that jacket on. Simone hears them talking about she needs to fight a little bit harder. You don't just want to give up. So she wants to go and talk to the coach of the tennis team. But she actually runs into the captain, Thea, and she's admitting that, hey, I own up to what I did. I messed up. I went out drinking. That's the first step. Being able to own up to your mistakes, that shows you're a bigger person. You know, a lot of people give you respect for that. What they do after it, that's really up to them. But being able to get that off of your chest, that is very important in life, people. Damon, Cam, JR, they show up to the room. All 3 of them got drills. First of all, why does each one of y'all have drills? Everybody ain't gonna be drilling at the same time. Just bring one drill over here. Y'all college students, so if y'all didn't get this from like the maintenance man or something, y'all really wasted y'all money. But they show up just to find out that Simone has to move off campus. So Auntie P says, look, if y'all help us, I'll cook y'all dinner. We go back to Auntie P's house. She cooked for us. I'm like, damn, okay, good. It had to be something quick. What they got? Salad, quick spaghetti. Yeah, you know, you just brown the meat up a little bit, let the noodles boil, strain it, a little bit of meat sauce. Yeah, you can make spaghetti for everybody real quick. And they college students, they don't care. But she's talking about, you know, what I did at this school, I'm proud of it. You know what I'm saying? Things like that have to be called out. Now you hear the kids talk about, oh, Dr. P, we support you. We gonna stand with you because that ain't right how they doing you. Now, they didn't cut her pay. They could cut my classes. Less teaching with the same pay. I'm taking that all day. I did what I was supposed to do. I reported, you know what I'm saying? That's basically a crime. I reported that. Hey, we good. But you know, these college students, they talking about we should come over here and eat once a week. If I'm Dr. P, I'm like, all right, cool. Y'all can do it. Y'all can do it. Now, if any of these students are in her class, they can't come over here and do this. But, you know, if you separate family, being Simone's auntie, from being Simone's professor or any of their professors, this is acceptable. Now, Auntie P, she throws shots at him. All right, I know can't none of y'all afford this meal, so y'all need to help me clean up. Now, everybody's supposed to get up and clean up, but Simone and Damon, they sit at the table. Now, I'm a grateful person, so I would have been quick to be helping, taking out the trash, but that's already, that doesn't even need to be explained. Whenever you go to someone else's house, you offer to do the dishes, you offer to take the trash out, you do something. But I would have turned around and said, Simone and Damon, y'all needs to help. Simone, this is your auntie. We moved your stuff over here. You need to be doing the dishes. Dr. P, you got a dishwasher? Because I didn't come over here to wash my hand. JR actually overhears Damon talking to Simone, telling her that he was adopted. So he's saying, you were adopted? And Damon is saying, yeah, I don't know much about my biological parents. All I know is they were alumni of our school. And he's thinking, mine too. When JR gets back to his dorm, he goes in his closet and he opens up the Bible. And when he looks in there, there's a picture of a little kid. Is Damon JR's real little brother, since they were both adopted and their parents were alumni of Bringston? We will find out. All right, there you go, episode 1. I'm not going to ask you too much. I want to know, are you guys feeling this spinoff? And what do you think that Simone is going to do? Is her mama going to help her out, or is she going to stay at Auntie P's house for a little bit? Let me know what you guys are thinking. I'm Mo.J. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.